Ow! God damn it! Son of a bitch! You threw a knife at me!
Dude, we veered off the road of honour and onto the track of fuck it hours ago.
I thought we were doing like samurai!
Do I look like a samurai in this get-up to you?
Son of a bitch, you lying face, you big bastard!
You don't look like a samurai either. This is Ghost of Tsushima and screw playing fair. This game has been likened to Assassin's Creed by everybody. Everybody's dog. And everybody's dog's pet goldfish. Whatever. The point is, the comparison's been done to death by this point. And it's not like I can't see why they're making the comparisons. I just, on some level, kind of wish they'd stop. This is Jin Sakai. Master samurai, athlete, part-time poet, and amateur high-wire enthusiast. The Mongols are invading the island of Tsushima. The honourable samurai send an envoy to meet them in a fair one-on-one fight. The shitty Mongol leader sets their envoy on fire. The dumbass samurai take the bait and charge down a narrow pass onto an even narrower beach. And it goes about as well as it did for Tom Cruise that one time. Jin survives 50 arrows to the back because video game logic and is pulled to safety by Yuna, who nurses him back to health. Only for Jin to throw himself headlong against the Mongol leader's shiny new fortress. And it goes about as well as it did for Tom Cruise that second time.
Submit, Lord Sakai. Slit your throat!
I'm sensing a pattern. I'm also sensing that samurai are stupid. Roundabout now, Jin realises he's tried the same thing twice in a row and had his arse handed to him on both occasions. Maybe, just maybe, he needs to try something else. The path of the samurai is not one easily abandoned by the people who follow it, however, and the game goes out of its way to demonstrate just how much of a wrench it is for Jin to turn away from the samurai and walk this new path.
We are samurai.
He tried to kill you! He must answer for this crime with his life.
And look him in the eye. And teach him that samurai never acts out of anger or fear. And take his life with honor.
Okay, I'll admit it. A lot of the features in this game are very Assassin's Creedy. The big open maps full of collectibles and stuff to do. The stealth is very reminiscent of it. The combat kind of does its own thing, but nevertheless you do that in those games. But whereas Ubisoft seem to have gotten lazy in recent years, particularly story-wise, Ghost of Tsushima is... I was going to say that Ghost of Tsushima is kind of like the original Assassin's Creed games, except I don't think those games were ever this good. In combat, you are not short on options. Well, actually you are at first, which is why your ass gets kicked off a bridge. What I mean is, there are plenty of options to unlock. Stone Stance is what you start with, and its heavy attack is effective at battering through the defense of swordsmen. It's the shield bearers and spearmen that are a real bitch at this point. Shield bashes, any spear attack, and even certain dual sword strikes are all unblockable attacks. You come up against these guys and immediately you're forced onto defense. And yes, I know, you can dodge to one side and stab them in the flankables. But that tactic is dependent on them attacking you, and it's also very dependent on his mates not stabbing you in the back while you're busy doing this. Best way to break the defense of an enemy is to equip the correct stance and use the heavy attacks. Unfortunately, you start with only the anti-sword stance, and the only way to learn the others is to kill the Mongol leaders. And considering they favour shields and dual swords... Ouch! It's cringeworthy every time that happens, and the game always makes a big deal out of it. Fortunately, you don't actually have to kill the Mongol leaders. If you can sneak up to their camp, you can find them training. And if you get close enough, you can observe them, and it gives you a bonus point towards earning your next stance. Even if you're good at killing the Mongol leaders, you should do this all the time because you earn the stances faster. There are also ghost weapons, which are basically ninja gadgets. Jin can find himself overwhelmed in combat, and a well-placed gadget can turn the tables in a heartbeat. Sticky bombs, throwing knives, poison blowpipe. There's a number of highly dishonourable ways to kill the invaders. There's some skills in particular you'll want, like changing dual sword and spear weapons from having red shiny unblockable attacks into blue shiny parryable attacks. Makes dealing with them a hell of a lot easier. And track down those legendary missions. Some teach secret unblockable techniques for you to use against the enemy. Yes, you can fight the enemy head on, but, and especially at the beginning of the game, you're probably asking for trouble if you do that. Better to... At one point, the camps became so easy to clear, I was just sneaking around stabbing everyone in the back in quick succession. Most of the time, it's not that easy though. Upgrading to double and triple assassinations is extremely helpful, of course. Unlocking the ability to move at full speed while crouch listening is very handy if you favour sneakiness. The bows are useful. There's two of them, the half bow for skirmishes and the long bow for sniping. And there's a selection of arrow types to choose from. Sorry, not sorry, but when I watched the trailer for Valhalla, I seem to recall I made a comment about wanting to shoot the bloody eagles out of the sky.
Mongols are in the forge! We have to stop them!
I know that games have flaws, but do the developers really have to keep insisting we defend and escort shit? And yes, I know the Ghost is supposed to be protecting the people and liberating the island of Tsushima from the Mongols, but defense missions? Not fun. One of the legendary missions is to recover Gosaku's legendary suit of armour, and it is interminably long. There are 6 villages, each with a key that you need. But guess what? The Mongols have showed up and are holding hostages. And I counted them. There are 19 hostages, each with a group of bad guys on top of them. And then there's a 20th bunch of bad guys outside the sodding shrine where the armour is. Jesus Christ! I feel like I massacred half the Mongol invasion force on this one bloody mission alone. Totally fucking worth it though. Each armour set comes with a unique set of bonuses, reinforcing certain playstyles or just making the current mission easier. Gosaku's armour, for example, gives health back when you kill an enemy. Tadayori's armour improves your archery skills. Kensei's armour increases ghost weapon damage. There's an outfit for every occasion, no matter what the circumstances or your preference. Me, I was a bit of a fan of the Ronin outfit for quite a while near the beginning, which is why I'm wearing this. You've just got to be willing to track all the outfits down and put the effort in to find them all. And if you're a completionist like me, there's the Traveller's outfit, which automatically guides you to the next nearest one of whatever it is you're looking for. Notes, artifacts, whatever. Yeah, there's more than just a whiff of Assassin's Creed about all those documents and banners and relics to hoover up. Most of the map's randomables are actually useful though. Hot springs increase maximum health, bamboo strikes increase maximum resolve. Torii gates lead to Shinto shrines containing powerful charms you can further customise your skills with. And yes, when paired with supporting armour, they make a hell of a difference. The side missions also reward minor charms, all of which allow you to personalise your approach further. But don't go thinking this game is all busy work with cookie cutter content scattered across the map, oh no. The side missions in this game are much more like The Witcher 3, in the sense that they all feel fully scripted. They feel like an event, even though they're a smaller side mission, and some of them are quite small. They do feel like more of an event. Some of these missions get way more investment than others, and no spoilers, but one mission in particular is, and no exaggeration here, it can only be described as heartbreaking. If you've played the game, you know exactly the mission I'm talking about. God damn, this game has some good writing. Sucker Punch have clearly, very obviously thrown their all into this. As a mark of how confident they are in what they've created, every mission, no matter how small, starts with a fanfare.
Keep screaming, Rand! Your family's leaving you to die! What you think?
By the way, this mission has you kill a dozen archers hiding under a bridge. It's not exactly epic, and yet the game somehow makes it feel like you've actually accomplished something, like you've done something worthwhile. It's mostly down to the presentation, but they get it so right. The developer even thought to include Kurosawa mode, which is based on the films of a legendary filmmaker I've never actually heard of before. It makes the game go all black and white with muffled sound. It's kinda cool, I guess. Until you turn it off. I mean, look at it. Look at that. You could print that off, frame it, stick it on the wall, and everyone who came into your house will be asking you how much you paid for it. 50 quid, technically. Have I mentioned this game is drop dead gorgeous yet? This game is drop dead gorgeous.
I can't believe this worked. Oh no. Somebody must have pissed off the Mongols.
All of which is why I object to people comparing this to Assassin's Creed. Yes, I know, I've done it a few times myself. I hate myself for it. Because every time I do, I feel like I'm insulting this game. Assassin's Creed used to be great. I used to look forward to the next one, wondering how the grand story was going to continue. Nowadays, it's a lazy, lethargic copycat clone that's been farted out of factory. Let me put it like this. One is a 30 quid watch from Argos. The other is a £5,000 Omega timepiece. Yes, they both tell the time, but only one stands a chance of getting an invite to the Game Awards. Literally, this is Game of the Year material. After the game ended, I needed a breather. Mainly because of epic things like this.
I've killed 1,000 men. Every death was sweet.
The musician is right. You are a demon.
And the only glitch I could find was this. The combat, the stealth is on point definitely, but the characters and the storytelling, they're on point as well. And I look at the individual bits and the package as a whole, I see its quality. And I think to myself, at least to me, why does Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed not seemingly put the effort in anymore. I can only think that Ubisoft have found a nice comfortable groove and they're quite content to stay there. I mean, maybe this will tempt them into putting more effort in, which is certainly what Sucker Punch has done. I mean, it's a brand new IP, so they obviously thought they had to come out swinging, and goddamn it shows. It's a masterpiece. It just is. It even kind of looks like it at times. The imagery in this game, it can be astonishing if you point the camera sometimes in any direction you care to choose, apart from possibly straight up and straight down. And I kind of hope that this spurs Ubisoft into putting more effort into Assassin's Creed from now on. Although I think we can probably now get off their back about Assassin's Creed Japan, because we've kind of got it, and if they do it now, it's gonna look inferior to this, because this is outstanding, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who's a fan of Assassin's Creed, because this is gonna blow your fucking mind. Right, that's it for my review. What did you think of my video? Leave a like or dislike down below. What did you think of Ghost of Tsushima? Did you like the story, the characters, the combat? Do you think it's too derivative of Assassin's Creed, or do you think it's unique enough to be its own thing? I think it is, but leave a comment down below. And for those of you who can't get enough of my lovely voice, you can always subscribe. Or if you hate the sound of it, you can always inflict me on someone else by sharing. See you next time. Might help if I turn the microphone on, eh? Don't go thinking this game is all busy work with cookie cutter content. Oh dear, what a bastard of a sentence I've written on the screen. I didn't think of that. I'm thinking about it now. Cookie cutter I'm reading it on the screen and I can't say it. Cookie cutter content. But don't go thinking this game is all busy work across the map with cookie cutter content. Bollocks. But don't go thinking this game is all busy work and Oh dear, I'm broken.